Well, it's the 4th of July, 2023, and the day is pretty, but it's hot and humid out. I've already done my walk and the dog's walk. They had their walk before me, and then I went out and did mine. So my phone says I did about just shy of 4 miles. So I think I'm done with any major exercise now. Oh, it's nice. The sky is much clearer because it's gonna be hot and humid, which is what it's been. Doesn't feel quite as humid today, but yeah, it's humid. So I'm going to give you a look at the garden for today and a couple other things I've been doing. So these are my St. John's wort oils. You can see this one's already getting some red. I started a second jar, which I'm excited about having my St. John's wort oil again. And then with some peaches and apricots yesterday, I decided to make a galette. And I have to say it was pretty tasty. And then I made some, it was supposed to be elderberry jam. I followed a recipe. The recipe was from the UK. But what I'm thinking is that something was different about my elderberries. I followed the instructions she gave. But so these are actually canned and sealed. One, I had a little bit more that I just went ahead and strained it. And so I have a nice syrup. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just leave those as they are until I want syrup. And then I'll just open them and strain them and then keep them in the fridge. So that's what I've been doing, like kitchen-wise. Let me get my shoes on here. You guys can stay inside and stay cool, because I'm not going to stay out for very long. Yeah, you guys can stay inside. So the garden's looking pretty good. I've been pulling, no, you're going to stay in. You're going to stay in right now. I know Avery's used to coming out, but then it feels bad to let her out and not let Rocco out. So yeah, I've been removing some stuff. It's okay, I'll be back. And putting some new stuff in. Oh, and I'll show you my new fence that's going up. Well, I think you saw it in the video before. That was just a short video though. So this netting seems to be working pretty well. I have one tomato there getting ripe. That's like the 3rd purple rain that will be ripe. I actually found another strawberry. And something that I'm thinking of with my Viola odorata. I am thinking I may use them in the new garden here. I'm still considering whether I want to remove this red bud and do like some wine berries in here and maybe another different fruit tree. But I'm thinking of, let's see, which way does this go? I can open it like that. Like when this is finished and all cleared out, like right along here for the violas might be good. Oh, this is going to be such a long, such a long project. I have to like tell myself it doesn't have to happen fast. But I am excited though. I think it's going to be really nice, and I want to get a new screen door, like a wooden one. And I'm looking at these and thinking, wouldn't it be fun to put some kind of lanterns on top of them? And there's still more elderberries. I should tell people if they want to come get some, they can come get some, because I don't think I'm going to be processing any more. Blackberries are getting ripe. So I pulled out a lot of what was in here before, the larkspur, and just a lot of other stuff. And when I went up to Forest Green Farm, one of the things I got was a ground cherry. So I got that one in there. And this is where all the peas came out. And those are the butternut squash coming up. Those guys are starting to get ripe under there. And over here is where I planted the Tajits lucida. So I planted the new ones right here and here. There's another one over there. That's one of the roselles, and I got everything else out of here pretty much. There's some little yellow cosmos that are coming up, and then these will continue to grow. I've got to get some mulch on this and think about if I want to put anything else in there. Let's go up this way, and you can see how the cucumbers and the tomatoes, well, particularly the cherry tomatoes, I've got to get them kind of a little bit more on the top of the arbor there, but I've got some cucumbers coming, and it's the lemon cucumbers that are kind of taking over. And I'm thinking that if I picked a bunch of them at like that size, I could make a nice jar of just like regular brined pickles like that if I get enough of them all at once. Peppers. Now, some of the corn that I planted in here was super old seed, so it really wasn't viable. But I bought some new one I'm going to get in there later today. But this one's coming up. That's one of these mini sweet corn. And I'll get that. I'll get the netting off of it once they get just a little bit bigger. Although I do have some growing here, and they're fine without the netting. And here's some more of the Purple Rain tomatoes. These basil are doing much better now that they actually get sun. And there's some more of the lemon squash. They're really good. It's a very vigorous plant, and they're better than, I'll show you, what the zucchini, which is not doing well there. Some of my pimentos are starting to get red. I picked a couple the other day and put some in a salad. And I picked a bunch of eggplant the other day and roasted them last night when I was making the galette. And I'm going to use that and make some baba ganoush today. So yeah, I mean, I'm still getting some zucchini here, but clearly these plants are not healthy. So, and here's another little pepper bed with some okra coming up. Oh yes, Rocco. Sunflowers are starting to bloom. And I cut back the heads on these poppies. I'm going to cut back the chamomile as well. And I planted another of the roselle in here. I put some seeds in here also for the Mexican sunflower, the orange kind. But all of these guys look like they're going to be blooming. I don't understand. These were supposed to be the mammoth sunflower, which I thought just have like one sunflower, but they're not, so that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Got one of my hollyhocks that I started from seed is actually gonna flower this year, which is kind of surprising. That's the only one out of all of them. This Angelica just keeps plugging along, but it's not super happy. And then of the two that I bought the other day at Forest Green Farm, something ate one of them, just like pulled it down. Must have been like a vole, but there's one of them still there. And these zinnia are doing a little better in here. The goldenrod still isn't blooming though. It's taken forever. You can see I've been picking on the, on all the St. John's wort. Yeah, I planted that other angelica right there, and I saw just a little tiny hole in there, so that's the way it goes. Here's some flowers on the marshmallow. And back here, things are status quo. Oh, it looks like we're going to have some blossoms on the hibiscus. Yay, that'll be fun. Oh, I've got all sorts of plans for in here. I've got all sorts of plans for everywhere. Still picking a few raspberries. These blackberries, they're mostly in shade, so they don't do all that great, but anyway, let's quickly go in back for just a little bit. Still picking my runner beans here, and then all of these Romas. You can see all of those coming. And figs. I can't wait for the figs, yay! More St. John's wort here. And this fence is going to be changed too, to those pickets. Probably tomorrow he'll come back. But I've picked a couple of blackberries. These ones get really huge. And I'm trying to think about what I want to do with all that. Maybe, I don't know. The hops continues to grow. What I have to do with this Rosa canina this winter is not cut it back, because that's why it wasn't blooming for me. I mean, you've got to leave some of the growth, I guess, or something. Oh, Rocco's barking like crazy. And then we have a lot of figs on these fig trees that I was going to cut out. So I am not sure what I'm going to be doing with these. Oh, so that's it. I'm going to go back inside with these dogs. It's not terrible out, but it's pretty sticky and hot in the sun. I hope you have a good day. If you're doing something fun for Independence Day, or if it's just kind of another day like it is for me. Every day is a fun day for me. Okay, take it easy. Bye.